and welcome to The Monologues, your daily podcast where iconic songs are transformed into fresh and unexpected stories. Today, we take on Frank Sinatra's legendary My Way and give it a darkly comedic twist. Picture this: a retired hitman settles down in a quiet small town, hoping to leave his past behind. But when the townsfolk discover his old profession, they start knocking on his door with requests. What begins as a peaceful retirement quickly spirals into a hilarious and reflective tale of a man who can't seem to escape the life he left behind. Join us for today's monologue about choices, tomatoes, and the chaos of small town life. This is The Monologues, and this one, well, it's done his way. You move to a small town for one reason: peace and quiet. That's all I wanted. A place where no one knew my name, no one asked questions, and I could live out my days without complications. I even started gardening. Can you imagine? A guy like me, planting tomatoes. Life was good. Simple. But then they found out. It started with the mailman. Nice guy, always cheerful. One day he sees me out back pruning my roses and says, "You've got the hands of a professional. What'd you do before this?" I said, "Oh, I traveled a lot, worked with some difficult people." I thought that was vague enough. Apparently not. Next thing I know, I'm in line at the diner and the waitress leans in close. "Hey, Mr. Jones," she whispers. "I hear you used to, take care of problems discreetly," as she slides me my coffee like it's some kind of bribe. I laughed it off, but the look in her eye, she wasn't joking. And by the time I got home, there was already a note in my mailbox. "Dear Mr. Jones, I have a situation I need resolved. Will pay cash. Sincerely, a concerned citizen." A concerned citizen? What am I? The neighborhood exterminator? I ignored it, of course. But then the notes kept coming. The butcher wanted me to have a talk with his supplier. The librarian asked if I could convince her ex to stop parking in front of her house. And the baker, sweet old lady, always smells like cinnamon. She straight up asked me if I could disappear her competition across town. Said they were stealing her customers. And you know what? It's kind of funny to think after everything I've done, every highway I've traveled, every problem I've solved, this is where I end up. Not running from the law, not looking over my shoulder for enemies, but hiding from Mrs. Applebaum because she wants me to handle the guy who keeps stealing her parking spot at the farmer's market. Look, I did what I did, and I'm not proud of all of it, but I'm not ashamed either. I made my choices, I stuck to the code, and through it all, I did it my way. No regrets. Oh, okay, maybe a few, but nothing that keeps me up at night. But this small town nonsense. It's like I bit off more than I could chew even without taking a single bite. And believe me, I've chewed through some pretty tough situations. The thing is, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to sit on my porch, sip my coffee, and watch my tomatoes grow. So now I'm at a crossroads. Do I pack up and start over again somewhere else? Or do I stay and try to convince these people that I'm not some kind of vigilante for hire? I mean, I've laughed, I've cried, I've had my fill of winning and losing, but this is just ridiculous. But you know what? If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: life throws punches and you take them. You roll with it. And maybe, just maybe, you find a way to make it work. Even if it means teaching Mrs. Applebaum how to parallel park so she doesn't lose her precious parking spot. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much I try to leave it behind, somehow it always finds me. I guess that's just my way. Thank you for tuning in to the Monologues. Just a quick note. The original works we explore and transform are the creative property of their respective artists, and our reimaginings are shared with deep respect for the original creators. Our interpretations are intended to inspire and engage, offering a fresh perspective on beloved songs and lyrics. We'd love to hear from you. Got a favorite song you'd like to see get the monologue treatment? Drop us a comment or send us your suggestions. Your favorites could be the inspiration for a future episode. Until next time, keep finding the magic in every story and every song.